I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering in Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. So, my topic is functional dependency in database management system. So, we will see details about the functional dependency in database management system, because it is required for the main concept of the DBMS, that is, we can say, heart of DBMS normalization. So before going to see normalization in detail, we will first come to know what is functional dependency in database management system. So at the end of this session, students will be able to explain the functional dependency in database management system. So here we will see what is exactly the functional dependency. So here it is a relationship between two attributes or set of attributes, we can say, in a table, such that the value of one attribute determines the value of other attribute. So for example, I have given here one example. For example, A and B are the two attributes, we can say. So A is, we can say, determinant, and B is, we can say, dependent. Basically the B is dependent on the A. So here we can, instead of A, we can consider the set of attributes also. So here we have the set of attributes instead of A also. So here is one example. Basically this is one table is over here. So A is one column, B is another column. So here A has the tuples 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 1, 2, 3 and 1 having the value, and B has the value 10, 20, 30 and 10. So what is the rule for defining the functional dependency is that if T1 dot A is equal to T2 dot A, that means what? The tuple over here. So here tuple is, we can say, T1 is the tuple. So here the values are depending on whatever the values are there in B, we can see over here. So next is the another tuple, that is T2 dot A is the 1. So here it is having the value same as a 10. So here T1 dot A is equal to T2 dot A. So if we consider here T1 dot B is equal to T2 dot B. So if you observe here the values for the B, that are also the same. So basically these two conditions are satisfied over here. That means T1 dot A is equal to T2 dot A. That means suppose we consider this as a roll number. So these two are having the same roll number, having the same marks. So this A, we can say B is dependent on A. Now next, there are two types of functional dependency, that is fully functional dependency and partial functional dependency. So in fully functional dependency, what happens? This B is dependent on A. It's said to be fully functional dependent when, suppose we are having the subset, that is X and Y are the two attributes over here, and which is having the functional dependency with Z. So we can say it is fully functional dependent when, where if we consider one of the two attributes, that is from the X and Y, if we consider only X, or if we remove the Y, that means only if we consider only the X, in that case which is not functionally dependent, or if we remove the X, then Y is not functionally Y has no functional dependent relation with Z. So in that case we can say this is fully functional dependent. That means depending on the both attributes, we have the functional dependency over here. Next is the partial dependency. In partial dependency, we will see here that there are also two attributes, X and Y. So if we remove one of them, that means from X and Y, if we remove the Y, only X is over here, then it is having the relationship with Z. So it is fully functionally dependent on Z. Also, if we remove X, then Y has the functional dependency with Z. So it is fully functional dependent with Z. So we can say it is having the partial dependency. Next we go for one table, that is having the student data, roll number, name along with the course they have taken. So we can check the functional dependency over here. So how we can check? We consider the roll number column along with the name. So the same rule we will apply here, that is t1.a is equal to t2.a. that means we will consider two tuples over here. Tuples means tuples are nothing but the rows here. So for example, if we consider the first two row, that is t1.a is roll number 1, t2.a is roll number 2. So here names are different, that is Preeti and Ratni. So we can say this is having the functional dependency, that means roll number is having functional dependency with name. Similarly, we can check for the other columns also. So if we observe here, there are two courses, that is Python and Python. That means the course name is the same, but the students who occupy the course, who are enrolled the course, they are different. So here Preeti and Chinmay, the names are different over here. Now we will see the next, that is properties of functional dependency. So first property is reflexivity. So if y is a subset of x, then we can say x is functionally dependent on y, which holds by the reflexivity rule. So if there is a functional dependency between x and y, so we can say y is a subset of x. So for example, we can consider here over here, that is roll number and name. So here there is a y should be the subset of x, that is name is the subset of roll number. So we can say there is a functional dependency between these two. Then augmentation. So if x and y have the functional dependency, so if we add the another one, that is x, we add one more attribute to the x and y, that is from left hand side, also for the right hand side. So by the augmentation rule, we can say, for example, roll number and name I have taken, so I have just added the department name over here. Also at the right side course is there, so I have added department name over there also. So it is valid. That means if we add the same attribute to the left and right, then it is having the functional dependency between these two. The next rule is the transitivity. In transitivity, if x is having functional dependency with y is having functional dependency with z, then we can say x is having the functional dependency with z by transitivity rule. So for example, here roll number and department, also department and course, so we can say roll number is directly dependent having functional dependency with course also. It is also valid case. Now next is the type of functional dependency. In detail we can say considering their function. So first is the trivial functional dependency. So here if we can say x is having the functional dependency with y, here y is the subset of x, then we call it as a trivial functional dependency. For example, this is one employee table over here. So employee ID and name, this is having functional dependency with name. That means this name is the subset of the particular x, so it is having the no such a meaning we can say, but it just have the functional dependency. Next is non-trivial functional dependency, exactly reverse case of the trivial functional dependency. So here we consider two columns, that is employee ID and name, and the third one is different. That means age is not the subset of this y is not a subset of this x, that is age is not the subset of this employee ID and name. So we can say it is having the non-trivial dependency. Next is the multi-valued functional dependency. So consider this employee table. So here if A is belong to this two, that is A is having functional dependency with B and C, then what is the condition for the multi-valued functional dependency? Here B and C should not have any functional dependency along them. So here name and age could not have any dependency, also age and name is not valid case over here. So this employee ID is having multi-valued functional dependency with name and age unless and until these two are not having any functional dependency in them. So here in this particular table we can observe that also, if you consider name and age, so here there is age, if we consider 35 and 35, but the names are different, Pankaj and Tejas. Also if we consider the names over here, Satish and Satish, then it is having the two ages. That means these two employees are different. It is having 55 and 52 age. So these two are not having any functional dependency over here. Next is the transitive functional dependency. So here right now we have seen the transit rule for the transitivity. The same rule is applied over here. That is, if A is having functional dependency with B, B is having functional dependency with C, then we can say we have the functional dependency with A with C. So one more employee table is over here. So here employee ID belongs to department name. Department name have functional dependency with department building. So we can have employee ID, this functional dependency with department building over here. Then let us solve one quiz. That is, if we can say this fill in the blanks is there, then A is having functional dependency with B has trivial functional dependency. So in case of trivial functional dependency, what is the condition? We know that B should have the subset of A. Next is advantages of functional dependency. So basically we use this functional dependency for data normalization. So it is a process of organizing data in database in order to minimize the redundancy and increase data integrity. Also it is used in query optimization. So we are able to decide the connectivity between tables. Also the consistency of data, that is by removing the redundancy we can have this. Also the data quality improvement is over there. That means our database is accurate, complete and updated. Thank you.